Welcome to the Love and Victory Show with Val, where we will bring you candid conversation. In each conversation, we will talk about real life ups and downs while tackling unresolved matters. We will also unmask issues and truly speak straightforward and candid about our needs and brokenness, while allowing ourselves to exhale so that we can become victorious. This is a place where you can be open to the possibilities of living life in abundance while gaining tools to become bold and complete. So let's get to it.
All righty. I just want to say,
bless you.
Bless you. I absolutely love this song. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a wonderful song. It's dear to my heart, and it's nothing like a father, especially when you have a good father. So in honor of Father's Day, we're gonna get this conversation going, and I'm excited. I'm gonna let Brother Carter.
Let me before you start that, I just want to say to the people out there, we didn't put that song on for you to get emotional about your father that's not in your life anymore. We simply want you to just reflect on him. Since it is Father's Day weekend, we do want you to reflect on your fathers out there. Amen.
Amen. And feel what you feel. It's okay to feel.
Yeah.
It's okay to
feel. It's
right.
Nothing wrong with you feeling, whatever those feelings are.
Men. It's
Yeah.
okay to let your emotions.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, we're going to get this conversation going. The title of the show today, the Flirt Factor. The
Flirt
Factor. Wow.
Nice.
Where is God going to lead us with this conversation? The flirt.
That's a change.
That's a change. That's going from we was over here and now we're going over here. Let's see how this is going to go.
Right.
And I'm going to let Brother Carter.
Only on the Love and Victory Show with Val.
You get to have several different emotions hitting you all at one time. All at one time. And so I'm going to let Brother Carter do what he
Hey,
do.
man, somebody asked me the other day, they said, well, why go to New Orleans? And okay, I'm not going to do that. So somebody did ask on Facebook that who's on the show today. And so I'm here to introduce who's on the show today. Today we have Brother Doc Amey on the show today, top motivational speaker in the whole world.
Yes.
Doc Amey, would you just introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about yourself, if you will?
Man, how y'all doing? I'm Doc Amey. They call me Uncle Doc, man. I'm one of the top motivational speakers in the world. I go around motivating young people, teaching them things. I've been through so much in my life. I lost my father at 6 months old. My mother had some complications with CC back when I was 5. Ended up going to prison 3 times, sitting in the hall born at the age of 28, cleaning up hall mess as a job, and got my parole denied. And I went in the corner and I said, God, if you real, like everybody say you real, you will get me out of this. And now I use my life as a testament to show the world it don't matter where you come from, what you've been through, color of your skin, or the community you grew up in. The only thing matters is what do you believe?
Oh, wow. And
Yeah.
that's why he's going to be
go.
the top
Let's
motivational speaker in
That's
the
his
world.
words. Let's go.
She was like, wait a minute.
Everybody not able to sum up a whole life that fast like that. You just kind of sum up your whole life without
I'm getting better and
getting
better at
to.
it too. I'm getting better.
That's
Yeah.
all
I
right.
call that my elevator pitch.
Yeah, okay.
You're right.
All right. Well,
Alrighty
welcome
then.
to the show, my brother.
Thank
Welcome
you,
to
man.
the show.
Thank y'all
We're
for
so
having
love to have you. Again, Doc is one of the top motivational speakers. He proclaimed in the world. And so we're going to stand with him on that. And for
I'm
sure
also
he will
family.
be.
Let them know that too.
And that's nephew also.
And let's just really be real here. When he say he's family, he is.
Like now, so a lot of people come on here and say, "Yeah, man, no, tell them like
Yeah.
for real.
That's family. That's family from TC way back in
Texas
the
City, like,
day.
hey, do you realize? Do you know that Texas City is the city that God loves?
I thought it was Galveston.
No, it's Texas City.
Really?
Why you say that?
Why you say that?
Man, Texas City.
Because he
God
brought
loved
you
us.
out. Huh?
No, God loved us so much, He gave us Texas twice in our name.
Oh, that's real.
No, for real. We Texas City, Texas, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Alrighty then,
Only
alright.
Doc Amey can come up with that one.
Because I'm sitting over there like, huh?
Yeah, the city that God loves.
We loved it. They put Texas in it twice.
Okay.
We also have on the show show today, Miss Molly Gilmore. She's just bursting with energy, and she loves life, and she just give it back every moment she can. So we really love her. Miss Molly, introduce yourself in your own unique way and
let the people know
who you are.
So I'm Molly Gilmore. Been on the show a couple of times now.
Amen.
When I came on, I usually talk about my work that I used to do as a lawyer. I was a lawyer for 10 years, representing primarily delinquency cases, so kids who are in the system. Did a little bit of death penalty work, a little bit of domestic violence work, and then worked with incarcerated veterans up until last year. So, so a lot of kind of different perspectives on that system, and then left it all behind to follow my dreams of costuming and and being creative and completely different world.
Well, you know, whatever you do, which I think, Molly, your heart comes through. Just as your heart came through when you were working in the system and working for other people, your heart will come through in the next chapter in your life. So. And
you never know what God's going to do. He may redirect you right back over into that area.
He might. I miss it.
There is a need for you out there for sure.
There is true calling. And now we're going to do the acronym and we're going to get this conversation going. Are you ready, Aaron?
Absolutely. Yes. So this week, the acronym is WORTH. W is for welcome, accepting an occurrence or presence with pleasure. O is for overcome, the act of gaining superiority over what you previously had not. R is for reflect, to attribute or associate something such as honor or credit that may have not been associated before. T is for tend, to direct or develop a course of action in a particular direction. And lastly is H for heal, to restore original integrity, returning to a sound or whole state.
And I guess you guys are probably wondering, why are we doing the Flirt Factor? We've went from...
Glad we asked.
I'm glad y'all asked. You know, flirting could be good, it could be bad, but we're going to talk about it from a little bit of a different perspective because of course, Lawrence and I have been together for forever, and you know we're the old seasoned people. And then we have different generations in here that I think is going to carry this conversation.
People still flirt with me; they don't care.
They
don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, I didn't say they didn't, baby. Look at you. You know they flirt over here too. But I want to talk about the flirt factor and how do you handle it. So when I asked, and I'm gonna have to get Doc Avery. I know you guys are out there listening to him, but if he can't stay focused on the Love and Victory show with Val.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Hey, TikTok, y'all gotta do me a favor. Bring y'all behind the scenes.
Okay.
Y'all gonna have to just chill. My ain't getting over.
You know,
y'all chill.
When we're in the house, we do things decent and all right.
Yeah.
I got it, man. I got it.
Okay, then we're gonna start this conversation off, and I'm gonna hit Doc Avery. So, and the reason, Amey, I'm sorry, Amey, I know that. My brain just do what it do. I'm going to hit you, Doc, with this one first. How do you set the standard and not let the standard set you with poor treatment? And I'm asking you to take that from your dating perspective.
What you mean poor treatment?
So you may have had a young lady out there that you really liked, or you may, a young lady may have liked you, and you weren't in the right headspace, so you gave her poor treatment. How do you set the standard and say, this is the way I want to be treated, or this is the way I'm going to treat someone?
First, I think it starts by actually knowing exactly who you are first as a person, so you can know your boundaries, the standards that you want, and then you got to know, because you're gonna attract what you
put out there.
What you put out there, you're gonna attract that. So I think one of the ways that you kind of set the standard is by knowing who you are. Because when you know who you are, there's not a whole lot that you're going to be willing to accept, because as visual creatures, the men that we are, we see a big butt and a smile, not realizing there's nothing upstairs.
Yes.
And then 2 weeks later, after we done rode the rodeo and we done went through the circus, we realized we're dealing with a clown.
Okay, that's good.
So I think it starts with us knowing who we are
as an individual.
And what do we want out of life? And I think we will attract that.
Okay, that's real good. And Molly, your perspective.
So I was actually thinking about the acronym that you guys just put up there to bring it back there. The last letter H was for heal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you need to be healed within yourself from whatever traumas you've experienced in previous relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if it's your first romantic relationships, you've still had platonic relationships, you've still had familial relationships, and you can have trauma from those. Rather, and it can be great trauma, it can be, abusive trauma, or it can be small trauma. Somebody criticized you, for how you looked, and that made you feel bad. So there are these different traumas that we accumulate throughout life through these various relationships that we've had. And if we don't take the time to heal ourselves, we are not going to be able to accept someone else's love and to understand what that standard even should be for ourselves.
And attract.
Yes, and attract.
Yes.
Because I think when you are healed, like that energy, I'm a big energy person. I know it sounds so like so blasé, but I think when you are healed, that energy comes forward from you because you feel at peace. I know when I met my fiance, like that's what I felt from him. I felt peace from him. And I was like, I have never experienced this, especially with a man, to have that sense of just calm. And peace. But also surety. Like he was very confident in himself, but it was very calm. And
it wasn't arrogant.
It wasn't arrogant, but it also wasn't, and it wasn't the kind of calm that's just I don't care about anything. I'm just chilling. It was a very I am at peace with myself. And so
that's good.
Meeting him and experiencing life with him has helped me to realize the parts of me that needed to be healed. And I tell him all the time, I'm so thankful that I met you at the time of my life when I did, because if I had met you earlier in my life, I would not have been ready to accept that kind of love.
Wow. Okay. I love that. Brother Carter.
Well, don't take yourself so seriously. It's easy to get caught up. We was talking earlier about Adam and Eve, in the garden, and I think Eve was the serpent was flirting with Eve out there in the garden and enticing her to bite of the forbidden fruit.
Whatever that
was, forbidden fruit. And so I think we have to be careful of not being so intrigued that someone is looking at us. I remember when I was, younger, I used to be so intrigued because a woman smiled at me. I was like, whoa, that woman wants me right there, and I get caught up. And you get caught up in those moments. And so that's what, I think that's something that you have to look at when it comes to the flirt factor, and that's what we're talking about. Not taking yourself so serious that you get caught up every time somebody glance at you, that you thinking you something else.
Okay, so
you got to add on that.
Wait, before we go to that, here's my thing is I love the fact that you have to deal with that stuff before you're ready to. And I love how you put that perspective in there. Before you're ready for a relationship, both of y'all, before you're ready for a true relationship, you need to know who you are and what you need. And you have to deal with that garbage that you have on the inside of you. I have to say, thank God gave us patience with each other, because we came so early on together, broken, not really knowing that we were broken, and then unlearned, because we learned relationships based off of what we saw. And all of those relationships weren't necessarily healthy relationships, but that's what we knew. And so it took years. First of all, it took commitment. And it took years of even us abusing each other, whether verbal or nonverbal ways of communication.
A lot of lumps upside the head.
Hush, boy.
Blink twice if you need it.
But again, you have to get that stuff out, and you have
Husband
to allow
abused.
Oh Lord, he is. Yeah, Brother Carter is full of it today. But you really have to take the time to get that stuff out. And one of the things that we didn't do in our community, enough, and we still don't know. Well, I think we're doing it now, is we have to seek counsel. We have to seek help. That's one of, yes, you can.
You woke him up.
Jump on in there.
As black men, as black men, there is nothing wrong with going to therapy. There is nothing wrong with seeking counsel, going to somebody who's been a trained person to be able to learn behaviors, to understand the trauma that you've been through, that's able to walk you through it and actually help you heal it.
You got to do it.
We got to do that because we don't realize that no matter who we are, if we're not healing what's inside of us and taking the root out, that tree is going to continually grow whenever it gets into certain environments that feed it.
That familiar spirit, that familiar area in your life that never was taught. Or never
and, you know, thank God for shows like the Love and Victory show with Miss Val. You know, you can get to the surface of some of the things that go, because we're not trained professionals to be able to do these things. So it's good to get a trained professional, somebody that studied on this thing to be. So we do scratch the surface. We make we pull the scabs off the wound sometimes.
Y'all make them say that, you know what?
I got a wound here.
I really do need some help. Let me go get some help.
And so,
the Carter crew is coming in here, and if you could, we want to bring them in, and we're going to keep going through this conversation, but I'm going to throw things out, and the Carter crew will have questions, and we're going to ask the questions. We're going to have a conversation today. Come on, give me some.
All right. So we have a few comments and then a couple questions. Let's start off with a question. So Austin.
Only the questions right now. We'll come back to
all right. Austin Nathan from Facebook says, what's your favorite way to heal yourself?
Oh, that's a great question.
I'm going to let Molly take that one. That's a real good one. Go ahead, Molly.
The favorite way to heal myself is to, number one, have find those people who will listen and will see you for who you are without judgment. I think having a support system that you can rely upon, like you were saying earlier, Doc, like it's important for growth in so many different aspects, but including when you're working on healing yourself. And then apart from that, finding the things that light my heart up, right? Reconnecting. You know, when your spirit feels like, but we close that off a lot of times because we're so distracted by other things. But like being intentional about like, okay, who are the people, but also like, what are the things that I do that like generate that spark within me light that excitement and joy in life. And I think like reconnecting with those, my favorite way to heal.
I agree. Doc, you wanted to say anything?
I would say my favorite way to heal, because I've been through so much, my favorite way to actually heal the way that I healed myself is I found me. I found what I love to do, what brought me peace, what brought me joy outside of anybody else, right? And once I found that, then I start realizing that what brings me joy and what brings me peace is definitely tied and correlated to what God wants me to do on the earth. Once you find you, then you find your purpose. And then when you find your purpose and your passion, you start doing that and you realize your healing and everything you went through is directly tied to helping somebody else.
That's 100%.
And one thing about when you get lost in helping other people, you done forgot you ain't had the problem. Yours disappeared.
You put everything you going through on the sideline because you realize that, you know what? It's some people.
It's a greater need out there.
And what I'm going through ain't that bad.
You know, I love that. You know, I think I love that you said that, because I think that when you truly are walking in your purpose, it's not work, it's not heavy, but you're healing it. It really
pure,
is
unadulterated joy.
And you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life, man.
It's true joy. All righty, give us that next one.
All right, so this next one is for Brother Carter from Kevin K. McLaughlin from Facebook. Brother Carter, spill the secret. What flirt method did you use?
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, give us the games on.
That's the true story.
Oh.
What's the story?
That I use?
Yeah,
That you
to
use
get ain't bad.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Oh, I smile.
No, come on, Cleveland.
I just smile, you know.
So
Look at you, you see that? See, it got you right there.
Here's the thing, though. Ain't Val was here.
Yes.
She can tell us what happened.
All right.
What happened, Amy?
Okay. Well, it was a smile, but that wasn't all.
Yeah.
Keep going. What else? What kind of factors do you give? We are on the
Well,
Love
see,
and Victory show with Val. We are on it.
You know,
They need help.
I grew up.
They need
You grew
help.
up singing. I used to sing a lot when I was growing up,
Mhm.
and so I used to sing the Ain't Val all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my word. I couldn't come up with my own words, so I let Teddy Pendergrass and all these different, Michael Cooper and all of them.
Okay.
See, them boys, they're one way.
Okay.
You know,
give him a little bit.
Give me a
No.
note, something.
I said used to.
Well, Kevin
Yeah.
asked you, and Kevin's is
But that's what I used to do. But you got to find that one thing you have.
Kevin said, Brother
Mhm.
Carter, he
Brother
called
Carter.
your name out.
Spill the
Spill
secret.
the secret. What flirt method did you use?
We need a demonstration.
Yeah.
We
I
need that,
smile.
and
I
we're gonna
smile.
get. That's one.
Yeah.
That's his.
Yeah, I smile and
That's that serpent.
See, hey, look, check this out. Y'all
I'm
see,
trying to
ain't
put me
Val.
on the spot.
Y'all
Yeah,
see,
she-
ain't
'cause she
Val
getting
steady
all-
pulling on him
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he ain't saying something he
Yeah.
need to be saying.
Yeah.
So she pulling on him.
Yeah, I don't know what she's looking for.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all.
There you go.
Kevin, I'm
Because I told you, I smile.
Kevin, I'm gonna give you the dirty truth. The one thing that Brother Carter, I tell you, his secret was
What got you?
it was truly his smile, but it was something more than he was brutally honest. And he didn't even realize how honest he was. And that was so sexy to me.
Women
You
love
know,
honesty.
he would just all I can tell you, he was brutally honest, but it was with love. And I'm going to give you a story, a quick story of his
Even
honesty.
when I did wrong.
Even when he did wrong, he could not lie. He told the truth. I was in the lunch line, and I'm telling y'all this. I was in the lunch line. We were.
That's way back in. You're going to elementary school.
No.
Yeah, in the
Brother
elementary
Carter,
school.
stop talking over
Come on, man. Give it to him.
We're going to be honest with
Give it to us, Andy.
Don't talk
Let's go.
We was in the lunch. I was in the lunch line, me and my best friend
Mm-hmm.
at the time. And Brother Carter comes up to me, and I thought I was looking real cute that day.
Yeah, them little see-through pants on.
Okay, now you want to talk?
No, go on.
I don't need a
I'm just
narrator.
letting them know you ain't lying.
So I thought I was looking real cute that day, and I was, and I had these, I had these peach pants on. And please, for any holy rollers in here, get over. I'm sick. I'll be 61 this year, and my husband is 64. Be 64, so I can talk free.
Yeah.
So I was in the lunch line. He walked up to me and he said, "I know what color panties you have on." And for one, my face dropped. I was annoyed. I was like, "How dare you?" But what that was, and if you guys can understand, just walk with me. He saw what I didn't see. So my pants were peach in his own unique way. He was letting me know I can see through if I can see through it, somebody else can. He was trying to cover me, already. And he ain't even got to me yet. And so I'm saying that's what I absolutely love about him was his smile and his brutal honesty. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes that thing hurt because it comes like this. What the truth is,
Two heads swole.
Yes, but that's what I absolutely, and that's in my opinion, that's that secret weapon, that flirt thing that just take me somewhere. Yeah.
All right.
You okay? Because he asked, and I was going to tell him the truth.
Well, you know better than I do.
She remember. Hey, look, they know what shirt you was wearing.
She knows what worked.
He knows everything, but that's what worked for me. All right. I'm sorry. Look, Aaron's over there.
Don't smile at them first and be brutally honest.
But when you be honest, don't start because we'll know when you lie.
Don't be abusively honest.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. Don't be abusively honest. But when you
don't be judgmental honest.
Yes.
You know.
Because there's one looking right back at you. Come on, Aaron. Aaron is over here about to go crazy. What, Aaron? What's going on?
Well, I just want to point out that is still a timeless truth. Gentlemen out there, if you're an actual gentleman, communicate, be honest.
Yes.
Like there's nothing wrong with telling someone, hey, I'm interested in you, I want to pursue you, or like, you know what, I'm not really feeling it. Like,
yes, be honest.
Just be like literally, it's gotten so much worse. Like in today's dating sphere, and I know we'll get into all that, but like it's like it worked for you back then. It still works now, people. Honesty. Like just be honest.
Yes. All right, then I know I see some more comments. Suzanne is in here. Give it to me. What else they have, and we're gonna keep going with this conversation.
All right. So the last question we have is from Roger Houston from YouTube. What is a respectful flirt to you?
Oh, I can jump in.
A compliment.
Thank you. That's good. I think if you're a flirt, you look nice today, and move on. You don't have to keep on respect. That's it. Plain and simple.
Because see, here's the thing. A lot of beautiful women, do you realize that they actually have low self-esteem because there's so many men that are actually scared to talk to women, and when they say a beautiful woman, they don't even go talk to them. So I think a respectful flirt would to just be real and just say, hey, I don't really know you, you don't really know me, but I saw you from standing over there, and I just want to tell you you're very beautiful.
Yeah.
Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking.
There you go.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And then wherever that conversation take you, let it take you. But if she say, hey, this, that, and the other, and she cut it off, let it go.
Move on and don't be on. All righty then.
Yep.
Okay, Bella, you trying to get me? That's real good. I like that. Come on, Bella.
Yeah, I just want to say, so based off of what you said, a respectful flirt wouldn't be going up to a girl and telling her, you know what color her panties are, right?
Well, that is. Let me tell you, I like that. Oh, they come. You can't come for my man. It was respectful. You see how they trying to come for the corner? Okay.
Hey, keep in mind, this was in the 6th grade also.
We weren't in the 6th grade. I was in the 9th grade. No, I was at Ball High.
It was at Central, Val.
No,
that's at Central. He was at Central.
No, we weren't. I was at Ball High standing in the line.
You win.
Now look, women.
If I remember, let me tell you, I know exactly where I was.
Let it go on. She remember.
I was in high school.
Like that.
I didn't go to the lunch line in high school. I went to my cousin's house to smoke weed.
No, baby. Hold on 1 second. That might be true, but you came over to the lunch line at Ball High North. Thank you.
I
don't go to lunch line.
I ain't go no. I'm getting high.
Yeah.
It was, excuse me.
But anyway,
I'm going to keep going.
It's okay.
Wait. I'm going to answer. Let me do my thing.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Carter.
Brother
Bella,
Carter,
I'm going to.
still here.
Let me stop, y'all. Let me answer Bella's question. Yes, it was respectful because remember, I had been walking around school all morning long, not even knowing that my underwear was showing through my clothes, and no one, even my friends, said anything. So for me, I see that as very respectful in the way that he did it because he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Would you let a girl walk around? And that time of the month came and you didn't say anything to her. Would you just let her just keep walking around?
There you go. That's real good.
Okay.
That's
I
real
have
good.
to say something.
That's real good.
Say something. If you're talking to someone and there's a gray hair hanging out their nose and you believe it to be something else, would you do something gesture to let them know? You got to get that.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So this is my question. What is the difference between a respectful flirt and just common decency? Because I'm kind of with Brother Carter on this, where it's like, if I saw someone like that, I'm like, I'd want to like say something, right? And so you're sitting here saying, oh, that's a respectful flirt. But it sounded like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Brother Carter, but I don't think you were sitting there like, oh, I'm a tell her that it's gonna.
No, I don't think it was a respectful flirt for her that a man was coming to her and letting her know that something's not decent about herself.
Exactly, because initially I was not even realizing that was going on. I was annoyed. But once I recognized that he was really looking out for me, it was like, oh my God, this is the guy.
Right. But is that just like an action and an interest that you liked, or was that a direct flirt? Because in my mind,
it was a flirt and an action. It was for me all at the same time. I felt like, one, he was looking out for me. So that felt good. all a flirt is something that makes you feel good, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, it was
At the end of the day, she liked it, and that's it. Now let's move on. Thank you very much.
It worked.
Yeah.
All righty.
And here we are, 47 years later, still together.
47 years
So
later.
now-
47 years
Now
later.
you go reflect on that.
Yes. So, wow. Thank you. Yeah, y'all see why I love that man? You see how he wrapped that thing up? He said, now move on and get off my wife. All righty then, Bella. That was real good. I love how everybody on the Carter crew, part of the Carter crew, feels safe and comfortable to ask questions. And if you ask questions, and it's respectful, we're going to respond back to you. You're taking the time to listen. So with that being said, why do you think the dating scene has gotten so hard or so different today? What is it about the dating scene today? And
it's in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think it's gotten difficult today because there's been so much hurt and pain in people's lives. That's both male and female. There's a lot going on in the atmosphere where a lot of people are confused with their emotions, and then we're dealing with a lot of different elements in today's society. People not being brutally honest, everybody trying to gain,
make people feel good.
And just saying anything to get what they want out the relationship versus really wanting to be
in a relationship
or with the individual that they actually talking to.
Okay,
that's just my humble opinion.
That's good. Molly, what do you think?
So
you was dating before you got with this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I was been on so many dates. I think it might. Well, this is just me thinking out loud, so go with me on this journey here. But I was wondering if it had something to do with kind of the evolution of how we connect with people, because the way we connect is very different now than it was 20 or 30 years ago, right? And obviously, like, the internet has changed a lot of that. Our culture has changed response to that. So there's more expectation. I mean, 30 years ago, like, cell phones were not a thing.
Right.
So now there is this whole cultural expectation of, like, what is appropriate for texting when you're dating, like, who's going to text first? So I think, like, there have been subtle ways or not so subtle ways in which that landscape has changed, and it's affecting the way that we connect. I know, like, that they have done studies which found that kids today have higher rates of depression and suicide. And the theory being that it's because of social media, and that social media is at least an impacting factor, because people are forgetting how to, like, form those real life connections, and they are getting all of that praise and validation from social media, which is great, which is great in a sense, right? I mean, we're broadcasting on social media right now, but it's not realizing how to temper that with real life connection.
And I think that goes back, and you just jump in here. Anybody can jump in at any time. I think the biggest factor that I think is impacting relationships today or dating today is that, just like you said, you guys when is a good time to text? You would never text. There is no real connection. You want to have a conversation. You guys are, and again, I couldn't be in the dating area today, because if I have to wait on a text and you can't even hold a conversation, that's the big problem right there. Having a conversation with someone is so much more.
Oh my gosh.
impactful.
Internet dating where you're messaging on an app and the conversation is just, hi, how are you?
Oh my God. That's
how is your day? It's excruciating.
Yeah. What does that emoji mean? What that emoji mean? I don't know what that means.
Again, I'm being a big energy person. When I meet someone, I'm like, oh, this person is either great or we're not vibing, But
do you think you guys have taken yourself, I can only speak to women, and then I want the men to chime in. Do you think that you guys have put yourself in this situation because you've accepted, I'll go on an app, or I'll go and just text and see if I like you, versus interacting with people that you come in contact with?
Yeah. So recently I saw kind of a description of how people like the relationships that have been formed, like how they met their partners.
Yes.
And whereas it used to be a lot of like church, school, through friends, now it's primarily through the internet.
Oh my God.
So like, again, that change has happened over the last couple of decades. And so I think there is something, at least for women, where we're like, okay, life has a lot of demands on us right now, right? Like I feel like there are also like so many more demands on us socially, professionally. And so we're like, okay, how do I meet people? And the internet is easy, right? It's there. So it's
not going anywhere.
Right. You don't have to like get dressed up or like go on a blind date or.
But then again, that all, and guys jump in here, but that all ties back in on how you feel about yourself. And don't you think when you finally meet that person, or when you're communicating with that person, they're drawing all of that out of you. They're finding everything negative about you that you think you're hiding behind the scenes, especially for a predator. Someone that preys on the weaker one, you're only showing them just a piece of it. So as soon as you get out there, and I'm looking at you, Molly, but I'm not talking about you. But I'm saying that I'm speaking to us ladies, and please, y'all get in the comments. Don't you think that what we're doing is saying that, well, what y'all doing, because I ain't dating. Period. So don't you think what you're doing, you're showing.
You're still flirted upon.
Yeah, they do flirt. Okay.
They flirt at her.
Yeah. So
do you flirt?
Absolutely. What do I need for? What
You
I
don't.
need? I don't need to flirt.
You don't compliment nobody outside.
Absolutely. I don't need to.
Hey, say, that's why I love my wife. A man try to walk up to my wife, she gonna call me on the phone. Yeah, baby, so what time you think? She don't play.
First of all, I'm not one that's going to
play.
And I'm gonna come back to my.
You don't need
my
attention.
Statement. I don't dress to get attention. I am not seeking attention. I get enough attention and I feel good about me. So I'm saying to the ladies, I think that what we're doing is we are putting ourselves out already as a victim when we, or I'm not going to say victim, but maybe we're shortchanging ourselves when we're not really coming who we are. Because you get what I'm saying?
Are you talking about how like on the internet you can kind of like, you can
put a front on?
You can put can put a filter on. You're like picking and choosing what parts of yourself that you're revealing to people rather than, which you're kind of doing in person too, to be honest. Like whenever you're meeting someone, you're not gonna, most people are not gonna like tell the worst thing about themselves.
Well, you wouldn't want to go in with the worst.
Yeah. But it's much less curated than it is when you're online and you're like, here are the best parts about me. I love adventure. I love to travel. And really, that's not the truth.
A huge part of problems with dating and flirting today is, like Doc was saying earlier, a lot of women are professionals. A lot of women have super exceeded a lot of the men. And so a lot of the men are intimidated by successful, accomplished women. And I see it all the time there where guys would not even, we can be at a bar or at a club or something. When we used to go out to the party to dance, we asked a girl to come dance with us. You don't see that no more.
Oh. They got to dance with themselves.
Yeah. You don't see nobody going up and asking nobody about no dance. That's the truth. Come on.
Let me chime in a little bit.
Okay.
I definitely agree with 100% of what Molly's saying. Social media has definitely traumatically damaged the dating of today, because people can get on this app. They can be anybody that they They can say anything that they want to say. You can put up all of these pictures, put the filters
on, make your face look good
any type of way. When in fact, like, you got to get to a place where you actually love yourself first. And when you love yourself, you're willing to be open and honest to anybody that you talk to, because you realize that, hey, I'm fixing to be me from the beginning. That way I don't have to try to be an actor. Because you can only wear the mask for so long.
Yes.
At some point, you're going to get out of character.
Yeah.
So when you start coming in as
You say at some point you will be exposed.
Yeah. So when you come straight out the gate as who you are, and people are willing to accept who you are,
right,
then you're able to get a genuine relationship, because it's like, hey, you knew that this was going on when we first started talking, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat and act like I'm somebody else. So I think social media, and we looking at, not realizing, we looking at people highlight reels, and we're comparing our behind the scenes to somebody else's highlight reels, and so we're getting so much fake.
Yeah,
there's nothing.
At the end of the day, you're not perfect.
Nobody.
So why am I approaching you like with my feeling my imperfections and looking at you as though you're somebody perfect that I can't even come to?
Yeah.
You know, stop that foolishness.
That's period. Okay, Holly, we're gonna, and I guess the reason why I love what everybody is saying here. I just want, and Aaron brought this question up about how difficult it is for them to date. I just want women and men to be okay with yourself and not feel like you have to hide behind a mask, you know. And then I don't know enough about the dating apps, so I'm not here. Don't try to come for me. I don't know enough about the dating apps to say whether they're good or bad. But what I can say, what I can say is that you're dating behind the dating app. You're still hiding who you are. Yeah. Get to know. Don't close yourself off to texting and all of that. Just human communication is always the best.
The thing is, people want to make themselves be more than what they really are.
Yeah,
you know,
when they don't got to, because the person you're trying to impress, they just as beat up and broken as you.
Yes.
And that's where you don't go into a relationship not understanding that. And when you don't understand that, you always gonna find yourself compromising, trying to be something that you're not. And you always talk on this show about being authentic, being who you are, being closer to who you are as an individual, no matter what stage or what presence, where you are in life. Be you. Be the best you can be.
That's right.
And if you can't be the best you can be, then you ain't nothing.
Oh, jeez.
Listen, if anybody out there that have actually ever collected cards, right? Football cards, baseball cards. You remember when cards used to come out and they had a little numbers on it, and they'll say 1 of 1, meaning you got this, the only card that we made like this.
Okay.
Do you realize that every single person on this earth is 1 of 1?
There you go. That's good. That's
you 1 of 1. You are great. You are amazing. Listen,
I love that.
Stop trying to be somebody else when God already made you. It's only 1 of you.
Yeah.
And we need what you got. Stop trying to be a carbon copy when you are an original.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Good,
that's not motivational speaking
right there.
That's true. That's truth, though.
I saw Bella was trying to get my attention earlier. Come on, Bella, give it to me.
Okay, so I guess this is kind of 2 parts, but one thing with what you were talking about, why do women put themselves in those situations?
Yes.
I would say growing up, all of the girls that I knew, they had a plan. They had a timeline of when you're going to get married, when you're going to have kids. And it's like, I'll be married by 25 and I'll have my first kid. I'll have like 2 kids before I'm 30, right? And that timeline just wasn't realistic or isn't realistic. So then there's all of this pressure. It's like, oh, I'm in college, but I haven't found my person. I don't have my high school sweetheart. So now they're in a rush to find a partner. And the things that are in front of them are dating apps. That's why they go on them. And another thing about growing up with social media and electronics, I think one thing we also have to take into account is COVID, because we were all locked in our houses. The only thing we had were our screens, were our phones. That's how we talked to people. That's how we connected. And for me, that was my first year of high school. So there was a lot of development that I missed out on because I couldn't go to school and interact with my peers. I had a group chat of people, and that's who I talked to every day.
Oh, wow. Great perspective. You know, that's a great perspective that I've never even thought of, nor have I experienced. So that's real good. Anybody have anything to say to that? Come on, Molly.
I did want to, I guess, stand up for now that I've said so much about dating apps and how it how it creates rifts and things.
Yes.
I do want to defend them a little bit.
Okay, come on.
I am.
But that's
I can't
how I
say
like
anything
it.
but without being like, but the other side is.
I love that though. That's an attorney in
But
you.
you're
What's the
right.
other
But
side?
I do know people who have met their lifelong partners on dating apps. So I don't want to say like, I don't want the segment to be like, this is bad or social media is bad or pursuing that, but it's taking that with a grain of salt, right? And how people are controlling their narrative when they're presenting themselves through these means and getting it to the real world where you can actually have those moments of real connection.
I love that because
if you have the opportunity.
Because that's exactly, I'm not saying that it's all bad. It has its place, but where it becomes bad, just like anything, it's too much of anything is unhealthy. Yeah. And so I want to say that you still need to have the human connection.
Oh, yeah.
If that starts if that's how you met on an app, okay, then don't let that texting be and all of that be your only way of communication, the main way of communication. Get to know the individual.
You got to, because if your only main communication is through an app
or through texting,
you got to get around people. I need to feel your energy.
I need to know.
I need to see what you act like when you get upset about something.
Yes.
What kind of money problems do you got?
Yes.
Like when you get mad, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You add all my dirty laundry?
Yes.
Or do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so you need that connection.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of relationships do kind of go down because you giving me your highlight reel. Every time I come on Instagram, you looking good. Your hair, your face feel deep. You're looking beautiful. But then when I come see you,
you ain't never looking like that. You ain't cleaned up today. That's that part right there.
So when people start getting around each other and then they start getting to know the real them, they like, hold up, wait.
You're a little different.
How much of this can I accept and how much I can't?
There you go. Right. Okay, Aaron.
I do. All right, there we go. I kind of want to hear y'all's thoughts on this. So, because I think what I'm hearing is social media magnifies what's in you. Right. It either brings out like the best parts and like you want to try to quickly get off and like, get the real like physical contact and all that stuff. Or it's like it works as the mask and like you try to suppress it, either like magnifies or suppresses. Right. And I kind of wonder if these two interplay. Right. One, like, because on average, I feel like when it comes to dating in America, like when you start like becoming a teenager and everything, a lot of parents, it's like they're more hands-on, maybe middle school, maybe early high school, but like later high school, sometimes as soon as they turn 18, it's like, okay, you're on your own, you're done kind of thing. But then the internet dating and everything is still really new. And so it's like we had to form our own ethics of it. And we're only realizing the effect of it until after.
But I think that's a culture thing because, and if I'm wrong, please jump in here. I'm not... Be respectful. But I think that I'm going to speak for myself. Just because mine's turned 18, I didn't take my hands off. I didn't stop talking. I didn't stop parenting. And even though they thought I spoke a foreign language, just like I thought my parents spoke a foreign language, I think that the parents are still involved. I think you still have to be involved, but I think you guys listen differently. I didn't listen to my parents. Well, I did, but I didn't, because if I be honest, you think that the parents are living something completely different than where you are. And what they're sharing is life is life. People are going to be who people are regardless. So I think that's a little culture different.
I mean, maybe I'm not entirely, sorry.
Jump in. Go ahead.
I was going to say, once you're 18, you're on your own, I feel is a very outdated thought process.
Yes.
Does it still happen to this day? Absolutely. Of course it does. But it is outdated, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't still going on while we still had these new things of dating apps and all of that. So there were a lot of parents that were hands off. And the relationship with my mom specifically, once I turned 18, was very different. I still loved her. I still needed her in my life, but I'm an adult. There are things that I can do, and she respected that. So we have a very mutual respect of I'm an adult, I have a car, I can go drive off wherever I want to, but I'm going to come back home to her. She's my home. I'm going to come back to her. I'm going to be under her roof. So I'm going to respect that and do what she wants me to do.
Okay. All righty then. I see these comments are coming in here hot. Let's go for them. You want to give me some?
Definitely. Let's see.
Yeah, we've had a lot coming in. Thank you, Carter Crew. Y'all are always on point.
Amen.
Just love hearing from y'all.
Yes. I see Elizabeth. What is Elizabeth saying over there on Facebook?
So Elizabeth McPherson from Facebook says, to me, in my time, not having digital gadgets helped me to create more moments in my mind rather than in some chats.
Okay. Good. That's a great comment.
Mhm.
That's good.
Elizabeth, you're probably in our era. That helps us too. Go ahead.
Okay. And then Life with Lizzie again from YouTube. And it's not being honestly taught like this. People are doing whatever with no remorse or consequences.
Yes, yes. Lizzie, that's really good because there is a lot of stuff that is so fluent and acceptable today that people are doing.
It's the culture.
It's
They all in the sections. They buying bottles. I'm finna do this. I'm going home
because
with
they're
her.
seeing it on social media. It
On
all
social
starts and
media.
it's all being marketed to them,
And it's all a lie.
and it's all a lie.
Yeah.
It's all a lie.
That's the thing.
all
It's
lie.
Yes, it's a lie.
consequences part of that. There are no immediately perceived consequences,
Mhm.
but I think it is having a consequence in how we feel about ourselves, how we value ourselves,
Right.
and how we value other people.
Because I want to get into this exclusive area where everybody's at. So that got to be hot because I see it on social media. When in fact, it's not. It's a lie.
They're all just
It's a
they're all just standing there bored.
yeah, it's like, why am I here?
Going up,
Spending all this money
in the club, buying a $300 bottle.
that
a
costs
bottle
you
that
$25.
costs $28 at Total Wine.
Yeah, makes no
Just
sense.
to be able to say, and then gonna have the nerve to talk about my light bill.
Can't get paid. Foolishness. Next, keep going. That's a good one.
Popping bottles, huh?
All right. Again, from Elizabeth McPherson on Facebook. I used to wait a whole week to get in touch with my wife back then, but it was the sweetest time of my life.
Oh, a whole week, Elizabeth? Oh,
Mhm.
that's so sweet. Okay.
All right. Then we have Susan from Facebook.
Hey, Susan.
Why only a man need to be flirt? Women can flirt too.
Yes.
Well, I approached my man first.
Come on.
And she's the
Okay.
continuation, 20 years together, and we still laugh at my rookie flirt skill.
Okay. Okay. What was your flirt skill? Share your flirt skill. What did you do? All righty. Keep it going. That was a good one there.
All right. Darnell
Darnell.
Harper from YouTube says being straightforward and being gentlemanly straightforward is a different thing.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. True.
And then Elizabeth from Facebook.
Oh, she's loving this.
Wait, what color? No, Carter. You should be blessed that Valerie understood that otherwise. All right. And then we have Suzanne from Facebook
Susan and
again.
Elizabeth.
I grew up in such a household where expressing your thoughts, being selfish, but now I embrace my flaws.
There you go. There you go.
101.
One of one. Keep going.
Right. And we have Stephanie
Hey,
B
Steph.
from YouTube.
Yes.
That's it, bro, Carter. The moment you trade authenticity for connection, you settle for something that can't sustain
Man, that's
you.
a
There you
good
go.
word right there.
That's a word. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Steph.
Another one from Stephanie. If you deal with your past wounds,
don't.
if you don't deal with your past wounds, they'll follow you
Mm.
and keep you from showing up authentically in
Can I say
dating.
something to that?
You can. Go
Please.
ahead.
And I think that's where a lot of people, self-included, right, got it wrong at. That I have been through so much in my life. I saw so much. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I've been with women who I know was in relationship with other people. So I know how a woman acts when she in a relationship with somebody else, but want to be with you,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And so whenever you get somebody that really love you, right? And you thinking, oh, she just doing this because of that, because I remember when you have those past traumas and
Yeah.
you're not healed from them,
Right.
you're going to take them with you and it's going to destroy anything you
Called
try
baggage,
to heal,
brother.
man.
It's called
Oh.
baggage.
It's called baggage.
You bring that
Whoa.
baggage,
That's a
man.
good word
yeah.
right there.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
good. All right.
And that's from our the Love and Victory therapist there. Miss
Yes.
Stephanie over there.
Yes. Every third, you can catch every third Saturday of the month. All right, keep going. Oh, this is from G-Town itself. What is he saying, Donald James?
Donald James from YouTube said, I'm trying to cure my OCD. I hope it can help me in my personal life.
Okay, then he came clean.
Mhm.
All right, then Donna, you got this.
Let
And
your
then-
OCD stay there, man.
No,
Don't worry
no, you
about
don't. No, you don't. You work through it. Work through it.
And Brendy Murphy from YouTube, trauma can be in every way.
Yeah. Okay. You want to give a little more commentary in that?
Mm.
Okay. Keep going.
All right, we have some from much earlier. I finally proposed to my fiance, and that's the best coming clean in my life because without her, I'll be nothing.
Oh,
Jared
congratulations,
Davis.
Jared. Jared is also one of our regulars on here. Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Listen, men, if y'all listening to me, listen to what I'm telling you, man. The way that God made a woman, right? They are the only species, female, animals, women, they are the only species that can bring another human being into this life.
Okay.
So they are made way different than we are. They are so strategic in their planning. Anything that we give them, they are going to multiply. Listen what I'm telling you, man. Us as men got to start understanding the beauty and the blessings that we have in our women and let them be who they need to be in our life. So if you fixing to get married, man, let your wife be who she need to be in your life, and she gonna take you places you could have never imagined.
Wow.
Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know, man.
There you go. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
because most of us be in the gutter somewhere.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for a good woman.
There you go. Wow. I love when men honor their women because, there is so much masculinity, so many platforms out here really downplaying women to make themselves look good, and which is foolishness. Or they're saying the woman needs to submit into it, and I get all that. But the most beautiful thing that really grows your relationship is when a man is strong in his own right, then he can hold up and really pour into what God has blessed him with and appreciate it. So I love that.
I like when you say strong in your own might.
Right.
Too many brothers out there trying to prove that they're stronger than the next brother. All this kind of stuff. You ain't got to be stronger than the next brother. Man. You just got to be strong within yourself.
Right. There you go. There you go. 100%.
Be strong within yourself.
There you go. All righty. Keep going.
And we have Elizabeth McPherson from Facebook. Sometimes I question my sanity. I believe that was their come clean.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, then.
Yeah,
well,
Elizabeth, I do too. So you're not alone.
You're not alone. The reason we went ahead and did those comments at that time, and I know I didn't give you guys heads up. The conversation for me, I didn't know how we were going to go with this flirt thing after we kind of changed up the stage today, but I'm glad we had this conversation about flirting. There is a healthy flirting and there is an unhealthy flirting. And I think you two, Molly and Doc, I think you guys did such a great job of really, and Brother Carter, helping us to understand flirting is okay when you're being respectful. But dating is also, it's important that you put yourself out there and you put your real self out there when you're dating, your healthy self. Don't go in there dating and you know that you have not healed from the past relationships or relationship.
All you gonna do is bring that old stuff.
That same person is coming. And at the same time, don't spend 30 years talking about I'm still healing. Come on now. If you know that you're still broken, go to therapy. I'm so over people using. I am so over people talking about, well, I'm still working on myself. Well, what are you doing? Well, I'm just going to sit back and stop dating because there's no. What are you doing? Don't go get some help.
Yeah.
Go get some help.
Stop being because we closing out right now.
We are.
So to the women out there, I know time is running. I know you think 30 right now. You know you think time is running out. Don't get so desperate that you have to start accepting any and every kind of thing, any wind, that doctrine that come your way. Slow down. Love yourself. Spend some time with you. Gather who you are as an individual and embrace that person. And somebody sooner or later going to see that individual and they want to be with that. The right one.
Yes.
Just jump in. Just jump in.
Can I say something?
You can.
He think he's still in school.
I'm gonna raise my hand. I want to say something.
Okay,
I need to speak to the women directly.
Okay.
Women,
He got right in that mic.
You are the prize.
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff you see us out here doing with the big chains and the big cars and the nice jobs, and we doing all of that to impress y'all, right? When you know who you are and you realize the worth that you have and what God has put inside of you, all you got to do is keep on working on you being the best that you have to be. Guess what? And just like when God put Adam to sleep and brought Eve, he gonna bring your man. He gonna bring him right to you. But you got to be doing what you supposed to be doing. A lot of times y'all be messing with these jokers that's giving y'all any old thing, telling you look pretty because you ain't never heard it. You need to know that for yourself. And when you know who you are, it's not a whole lot that anybody can bring you. I need you to know you're the prize that we all trying to win.
So let me break down what he said. In essence, stop putting yourself in the wrong position. See, you end up with the wrong play when you ain't playing your position correctly. And so, if you're a guard, be a guard. Don't try to be a center. I'm just using basketball.
Yeah.
So in life, you find yourself in a club somewhere where sometimes you need probably be at a school somewhere. Because God has put something into you. That's what Doc is saying. You got something inside of you, but you keep putting yourself in the wrong positions in life. And you find yourself with the wrong play or the wrong player. And so if you find yourself doing what you're supposed to be doing in life, finding yourself in the right position in life, there he is sitting over there waiting on you.
That's some real good stuff. Come on, Molly. I see Molly over here.
No, it's so true because because I had been dating and like not
in the wrong position.
And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do me. Like, dating is its own thing. But when I was pursuing what I loved, that's when I found my partner because I was like in the show choir and I was like, I'm never going to meet someone here. Like,
yes.
There ain't no straight men here.
right.
I was like, but that's okay because I love it.
Yes.
But then I met my fiance because I was trying to recruit him because he was a good singer. I will say on the subject of flirting.
Yes.
And I think Suzanne maybe was the one who said that she flirted with her husband. I tried to flirt with my fiance because I'm sometimes a flirtatious person, right? I bring the energy, and I was ready. I was like, okay, I see a cute guy who's a good singer. I'm going to flirt with him, and I fell to pieces. I could not form a sentence. I could not, and so I could not flirt with him, and he's so just like mellow. He was not flirting with me, and somehow we made it work.
We made it work, right? Okay.
And then we flirt with each other all the time.
I think it's healthy and good when you flirt.
It's healthy. It's good.
Yeah.
But if
my partner.
don't get too caught up in like, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? Like I have to come up with the best line or whatever. Just being authentically yourself.
When I say healthy when flirting, I want
to say something.
Exactly.
That's why I want to say something we talked to the ladies already. I want to say something to the brothers out there before we move forward and move off the show. Brothers, men, stop being afraid, man. Ooh. If you see a woman that you're attracted to, let her know.
Yeah,
just step up to her.
We don't like to get rejected.
Just stand up to it and just say, I think you're a very beautiful person. I really would like to get to know you if I could.
And do you realize when you actually do that, this may be the beautiful woman that all the other men, that's why the beauty and the beast, because the beast was scared. He wasn't scared to go talk to the beauty. And that's how it be.
Yeah.
If you really see something that you like, you ain't got to be out. Just go tell them. You just never know what conversation that just might spark.
And stop all that foolishness talking about I drive a BMW and I can buy you. Shut your ass up.
When you leave,
just go and talk to the woman.
Let me get this back on track. Okay. All right then. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. There is a comment or two that came in on YouTube that I do want you to go back and grab, Aaron, if you can. I think it was from Life Livy and then Blessed Mom 27. If you can, go ahead.
So Life with Lizzie, she wanted to ask a question, but I didn't see her
That's okay.
follow up. But we do see Blessed Mom 27 on YouTube. She said, it is so important for us to be emotionally healthy before we start dating. You cannot rely on a person to make you happy and whole.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. Well, what she said over here, position yourself like Ruth did. That's what Life Lizzie said. Lizzie said?
Oh,
Do you see it right there?
Right there. I just pulled it up.
That's okay. Go ahead. Want to go back again? Yeah.
Wait, are you?
There it is. She says position. I think that's when we were talking about women, and putting yourself in the position to date. Pretty much, she said position yourself. So again, I've enjoyed this conversation. Thank you guys. Again, I told you that we had the best guests on the show to help carry this. We're going to do final thoughts before we move on. I'm going to start off with Molly. Molly, you want to tell the people who you are and what you do, and how did you what was your experience on the Love and Victory show this morning, and leave them with final thoughts.
So it's always so great to be in here. I'm not a morning person,
yes,
but I come here because I know as soon as I get in here and I feel the energy and the conversation starts flowing, that I'm just going to be so excited. And I feel like every time I come here, it sparks like some new like line of thought within me. So I really always just appreciate you and the authenticity that everybody brings and the vulnerability that everybody brings to be candid about these things and to go back and forth. If there's disagreement, that's okay. We're going to talk through it and we're going to share our different perspectives.
Yeah.
So
we're not all made the same. We all have different
our experience. There you go. And what would you like to leave the people with?
Oh gosh. Leave the people with, I guess, and go heal yourselves. I think that's like been the undercurrent of the whole thing.
Yes.
Like, let's go get some healing.
There you go. Period. 100%.
Go get some therapy. Go take a spa day. Whatever you need.
Go heal yourself.
Go heal your inner child. Play on a playground.
Whatever it takes. I think that was very powerful right there. Is there any way you're still
social
working
media?
On your stuff?
Yeah. On social media, you can find me at Giggle Maker or Giggle Maker Cosplay.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is my sewing and costuming stuff, which is my
passion.
And I love to create. So that's how you
find her there. Okay. And Doc, what was your experience on the show, and what do you want to leave the people with, and how can they find you?
Oh, man, it's always an honor and a pleasure to be able to come out and hang with my people, man. People who actually know where I come from, actually see what I've been through, man. And to be able to sit on a panel like this here with over 4,000 people watching us, it's always a blessing. I know, sometimes, y'all fit me in when y'all can, and I'll take the opportunity every chance that I get. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's always great when people think about you. And so I never want to take any of that for granted, because there's so many other people that y'all could have thought about. So I want to just tell y'all, thank y'all. And I appreciate y'all for giving me the opportunities, every opportunity that y'all do give me. I don't take it lightly. And I love y'all, man.
Okay.
Wow.
And I love what God is doing in and through y'all. So keep it up. Keep going. Don't stop.
Amen. All righty then. And what do you want to leave the people with, and how can they find you?
I would just like to say, man, listen, you were made one of one. You are great. You got a gift inside of you that the world needs. And the only way they're going to find it is if you put yourself on display to give your audience time to find you. You got something amazingly great that it's a need in the world that need what you got. Stop sitting on your gift. And when you do what you love as a job, you'll never work a day in your life.
Amen.
You can find me on all social media.
All social media.
At Uncle Doc, UNKLDOC. Facebook, they made me use my real name. So over there, you can find me at Edward Amey. Anywhere else, man, Uncle Doc, man. Y'all can find me Morning Motivation. I do Morning Motivation every morning at 7 a.m. CST on TikTok, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. If you need motivation, holla at your boy.
And he is faithfully there on time every morning.
Oh, yeah.
All righty, Brother Carter, what do you want to leave the people with?
Well, first I want to say thank you to the hundreds and millions and billions of you that come in and view this show week in and week out. You know, we can't do this without you. So praise God for you. And I want to say to the women out there, women, don't be so desperate. Amen.
Ooh.
And I want to say to the brothers and the men out there, men, stop being afraid. Amen.
Amen.
You can find me every Saturday here on the Love and Victory Show with Val.
All righty then. And I want to leave you guys. First, I want to thank these amazing guests that God put in the seats today. You guys have done an amazing job. Thank you so much for loving on the Love and Victory Show with Val the way you do. I don't take y'all for granted. I know that anyone that gets up early on a Saturday morning to come and spend time with our hundreds and billions and trillions of people and us, it's a sacrifice. So thank you for your sacrifice. And to the amazing Carter crew, you guys make it worth it for me. I love you all so much. I thank God. I thank God so much for you all. You just don't know how much you've helped me to grow personally. This show is not just about getting up here
therapizing you, but it helped therapize us.
Well, I'm telling you how it's been a blessing to me. And thank you so much for believing in Brother Carter and I and keeping us humble and keeping us real. Until next Saturday. Happy Father's Day.